Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we are playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So here we are in the sun-soaked Chaos Wastes. Terrible place to have a holiday, but if anyone was going to go onto such a horrible destination, it'd be Volkmar the Grim. So here we are. So I wanted to be a bit piratey today. I brought a lot of free company, and I was against a Skaven player who actually had a piratey name. He's called Davy Jones Locker. So everyone's feeling piratey today. It's good. So here you can see free company militia in the front line. I have some great swords, 3 of them in fact, and also some spearmen in the back and the sides. Not with shields though. I couldn't afford it. That would have been good though, because you know gutter runners can just murder these guys at a distance now, which is annoying. Kind of want some shields, but I wanted more, so yeah, that happened. Anyway, also I have an Amber Wizard on a Griffin, so he causes terror, which is pretty great, and of course I've given him Flock of Doom, like I always do, but also I decided to give him the Amber Spear as well, see if he could, you know, snipe some things out, basically, with that. So, a lot of fun. So, there you go. There's you know, my scary Griffin. Also, Volkmar, he causes terror, too, and he's got a load of great AoE buffs and debuffs and, hitting people with magic, soulfires and things. He's got some tools, some very good tools, and he regenerates, which is nice. And he's got some magical resist, so warp lightning cannons can't snipe him out really easily, so that's really nice. I love him in this matchup. Just all of his AoE stuff is so useful, and being unbreakable is great. I mean, you know, you hit something with grand soulfire, the amount of just magic stuff that Skaven have, that 90% you know, negation to magic damage is great, and you know, it helps kill things around you, which is really nice. And banishment as well, great for killing storm vermin. He's just really good. Also, yep, even more terror. That's right, the Royal Altdorf Griffites. Basically, if they turn up with anything like a plague furnace or something like that, these guys just murder it. Also, on the charge, they can do a ton of damage to rat ogres and any large units, and that terror will help them just break a load of cheap Skaven infantry very quickly. So yeah, that's basically my tactic. I've got 3 fairly mobile terror causing units and a load of free company and greatswords. So the greatswords can fight in the front line, these guys can shoot at anything in between, and anything that tries to sneak through the gaps, I can just basically send one of these units after them and just smash them, terrify them away, and they can get gunned down as they run. So that's kind of the plan. Also, sorry, not Hammer of the Witches, just a great cannon. I wanted something to snipe out artillery if there was some, because I didn't want my Altdorf Griffites and my Amber Wizard getting sniped in the air. That would be annoying. So my opponent here, you can see he has gutter runners with poison, so yeah, they're going to kill my spearmen. Oh dear. Anyway, he's also got some storm vermin in the front, some plague monks, some more plague monks, a lot of anti-infantry and armor, good mix. Also, he's got storm vermin with halberds on either side, clan rats with spears, a couple of rat ogres. He's actually brought the warlord, which is pretty cool. Good to see a warlord. And he's also got a couple of casters here. He's got the plague priest and the warlock engineer. So the warlock engineer, he's just there for the missile resist and the warp stone armor that just has that mortis engine effect when he's in combat. So really useful. And the plague priest obviously going to be summoning more rats. So all very useful stuff. Also warp lightning cannon. So that's why I wanted a cannon, so I could snipe that out. My cannon costs 800. This costs 1200. So if I can take it out, I win. So pretty fun. So that's kind of it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Get into the groove, man. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not. Who's that guy called? You know, he's saying get on up. Stay on the scene. Like a sex machine, that guy, you know the one. James Brown, there we go. I'm not James Brown, though I could be. So here we see the Amber Wizard. He was probing a bit. He's just avoiding, you know, the missile fire from the warp lightning cannon. And you'll see he does actually change his target to Volkmar. Bring it on. Just keep shooting him, please. Please just keep shooting Volkmar. I'm totally happy with that. He's going to take the least amount of damage from all of my units from that cannon. You can see it barely scratches him. So please keep shooting Volkmar. That would be great. Just bide me more time for my cannons to destroy yours. That would be awesome. Thank you. So so that's a nice way to start the battle. So here, you know, the lines are starting to get involved. I'm going to start shooting the free company. They're going to get some nice shots in. Of course, a ton of plague monks over here. But I still have my Royal Altdorf Griffites poised. I've got my Amber Wizard poised. Volkmar, he's just having a whale of a time. There's a couple of heroes in here, which I don't really want to be dealing with, to be honest. But hopefully they'll get caught up on greatswords in a second. And here you can see the plague monks are getting to me, which is a bit of a nuisance. Over here, these free company are really on their own. This is not a good spot for them at all. They're going to get rushed by everything, which means I'm going to have to actually get the Altdorf Griffites over there in a second. First, though, I want to get a rear charge on these guys and try and shut them down. I need to free up my guns, because these guns are going to be great against the rat ogres. So hopefully that'll go to plan. So these guys still firing, having a wonderful time. But amazingly, my greatswords really are not doing well against just the plague monks here. It's not good. I mean, their anti-infantry is obviously great, but that anti-armor doesn't really matter much against plague monks that rely on physical resist to stay alive instead of armor. So it's actually pretty bad for the greatswords there. So here I use a tasty banishment that got rid of some clan rats and some Skaven slave spears. Didn't realise that's how cheap that was, but I did pull my greatswords out of that fight, so it's only my spearmen that got killed. I actually thought there was a unit of storm vermin over there. I was being a bit silly. Should have done it over here. Whoops. Anyway, so managed to free up all of my troops over here. More plague monks being summoned, which is not good, but I'm getting some nice shots into them. They don't have any missile resist, so just shooting them with free company. They don't have any armor piercing. They don't need it against plague monks, so it's pretty great. So I can keep shooting at them. So here, Voltmar, he's getting a bit tied down. It's not great for him, honestly. Here we're going to see an amber spear. That hits some of the rat ogres, that's nice. There's a load of halberds in here, so I don't really want the Royal Altdorf Griffites to stick around, but I want to get rid of these rat ogres, so that way I can just fight the storm vermin with my swordsman. That would be nice. And I'm getting some more shots into them all, so that's good. And over here, because they're summoned, they're going to be degrading over time. Get a nice flock of doom. All this stuff is starting to really suffer leadership penalties, especially getting shot at. The terror from the Amber Wizard is pretty great. This works wonderfully. So that is rather nice. So spearmen are coming back. My free company that did get overwhelmed, they can come back and start shooting into the rat ogres. But I'm leaving Voltmar there for the moment while I basically just chase through all of this stuff. I need to slow some things down. More units are coming into the fray. And amazingly, this warp lightning cannon still has a cannon left. I guess I just can't hit it from this angle. I don't know. It seems odd. But anyway, my cannon's still busy. Over here, there are some plague monks in the back, but not many, so it should be okay. Should be able to keep that back line safe. So over here, the Amber Wizard is now trying to terrify this stuff, because once again, it is getting through the mix, and I need these free company to keep shooting. Things are looking a little bit dire right now. As you can see, the Warlord is getting some excellent damage on Voltmar, and Voltmar has no support over here left. But luckily, I am getting some great damage to the Rat Ogres. One unit did run away already. Here, more rats being summoned. That is classic Skaven. So over here, you can see my Royal Altdorf Griffites. They're fighting the Skaven slaves, who have been terrified. But the Warlock Engineer is now in a bit of a bad spot. Obviously, he is, does have that Mortis Engine effect, but I'm able to terrify him too, and the Royal Altdorf Griffites can go on to the next target. Voltmar is surviving, but mostly because I had to throw my Amber Wizard in here to try and help fight this stuff. I don't really want him fighting a Warlord, but I didn't have much Winds of Magic left. So I thought, I'll get Voltmar out of there, he can help clean up the edges, and it gives all my free company a lot more time. So hopefully I can get the Amber Wizard out of there, and like here, and that's kept the Warlord busy a while I've shot things. So that's something. So over here, finishing off these Storm Vermin, just so they can't be dealing with my free company. Didn't quite finish them, unfortunately, but they do rat eventually. So, yeah, Royal Altdorf Griffites just working overtime to keep charging different units. Here, getting a load of really nice shots into the Rat Ogres. Definitely good for me. They do not fare well against just the cheap fire of the free company. So I get a load of great shots there. Most of his units have been terrified away over here, so it's just really the Warlord. Here, Warp Lightning crew is over here, because I did finally get rid of that last cannon. And do have the odd unit returning. Yeah, Warlock Engineer annoyingly attacking my Great Cannon. Need to deal with him. But first, I need to finish off these Rat Ogres. So there we go, terrified away immediately. And now this frees up the Royal Altdorf Griffites and Voltmar to bully this Warlord, and they will bully it well. My Amber Wizard did run away. That's fine, honestly. I mean, that's fine. He can come back. He doesn't need to be in melee fighting things, really. So it's all good. So now, more shots being fired into the Warlord. Only 70 armor on the Warlord, so that's not great either, to be honest. But the anti-large and the armor piercing of the Royal Altdorf Griffites are going to make very, very short work of him. He gets terrified straight away, he's not immune to psychology, and he will actually be dead in a second. So that is good news. Unfortunately, these Stormvermin with halberds, I still haven't been able to get through them at all, but it almost doesn't matter, honestly. I got my cannon shooting to the side of them, that's definitely going to help. But yeah, it doesn't really matter that the Stormvermin are still going. I was able to deal with the rest of his army, the rest of his leadership, because Stormvermin with halberds are quite defensive. I mean, yeah, they got 108 kills, Jesus, but they were fighting spearmen, so, So the rest just gets terrified and polished off, and that last surge, Flock of Doom on it, I mean, what can you do? So things are looking really hairy for a while there. But, yeah, my heroes really did a great job. Amazingly, yeah, my greatswords didn't hold up as well as I would have liked. They got quite a few kills, got a lot of good damage in. They held things back for quite a while. But yeah, because I wasn't fighting just a ton of Storm Vermin, it wasn't the best. I mean, these Storm Vermin got completely demolished by them, which is great. But he just has so many other units, and all the Plague Monk summons that were able to sneak in behind them and do some damage. It was very tough. But a load of kills from my free company. They did a fine job. A ludicrous amount of kills from my Royal Oldorf Griffites, and even 40 for the cannon. And I mean, it paid for itself once they got rid of the Warp Lightning Cannon. They only got 12 kills. I mean, Voltmar survived, so shooting at Voltmar didn't help at all. 240 for Voltmar. I told you he's good in this matchup. Just all of those, you know, banishments and things. It's great. I love this guy. And causing terror and regenerating and that magic resistance. He's a perfect Lord choice for Skaven, I think. And the Amber Wizard, provided it doesn't get Howling Warpgaled and shot to pieces by Warp Lightning Cannons, it can get a lot done. It definitely got a lot of damage in. I mean, 88 kills is pretty damn good, but he got more kills than that. And he was able to terrify things away from my other units that were then able to shoot more. Just great utility out of all these guys. And, yeah, Spearmen, I mean, they held stuff at bay for a bit. That's all I wanted them for. I just wanted them to get in the way a little bit. They're cheap, you know? But they did fine, honestly. So I really like this build. This build is fun. But cannons are a problem. Warp Lightning Cannons, rather. You know, if you had a couple, and if you had Howling Warpgale on the Warlock Engineer, which I think is always a good idea, by the way. It's not that expensive, just to bring Howling Warpgale. And if you can just pin a flying unit in place for a long time, with that, then yeah, you can just get your cannons to start firing and they'll almost never miss. Especially if it's something like an Amber Wizard in the air. Just, yeah, you can shoot the hell out of it. And if not, maybe it's Karl Franz or Boris or something, you know? Although I think Voltmar is the most competitive pick in this matchup. Although the Archlector, I think, works really well too. Bit of a smaller target. But I like Voltmar. He causes terror. It's great. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. So, Davy Jones, Yarhar, me matey. I'm not very good at being a pirate. Sorry, guys. I know I live on an island and everything. What the hell? But yeah, it was a hell of a fight. Skaven, I love Skaven. Just the constant hordes. You've constantly got to readjust your strategy as the Empire because you never know what the enemy's strongest part is going to be. You know, you never know where the most strength is going to be because more units just keep turning up out of the woodwork. So, well, I guess the ground in this case, it's tough. It's a lot of fun. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.